this Lakota Star Knowledge concept, like attracts like. Some people say negative attracts positive, opposites attract. Not really. The way you are is what you're going to attract. Now, that doesn't mean if you like to go bowling that you're going to attract somebody who likes to go bowling too. It doesn't mean that. It means the way you think, the way you process things, the way you learn from your difficulties, the way you enjoy your blessings. However you do that, you're going to attract somebody who does it in almost the same way. So the whole key to having a healthy relationship is to be healthy too. To be emotionally healthy. Then you will find that person. So, healthy relationships. It's all founded upon living a healthy life. And physical attraction is very important because that's the doorway. But when you're a healthy person and you meet somebody who's healthy too, emotionally, and you're both physically attracted to each other, and you start to take that time, you know, because you did this to your own life. You took the time to establish peace in your life, and that's part of getting to know yourself. So when you meet people, you do the same thing. So you become physically attracted to somebody, and then both of you know you got to take the time to see how they are, because you might not like each other. So you take that time and just talk about whatever, yeah? Get to know each other, where you're from, and stuff like that. What do you do? What do you do for a living? How much money do you make? No, you don't say that. And some people might not want you to know what they do. And that's fine. Just say, okay, that's cool. I respect your privacy. No problem. Because it shouldn't be a problem. So you just take time to know each other. And what do you think about this? What do you think? You want to go out for dinner? Don't take it as a romantic thing. Just take it as to do something where both of you eat something you both like and have fun visiting and talking and funny stories or whatever. And just take that time. And then when it's time to part, and you say, hey, I enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, let them know. Really had a good time. And what do you think? You want to do this again? When you're living in a healthy way, you're okay being alone, but we're not designed to be alone. Yeah? So that's why it's important to be healthy. You take the time in getting to know somebody so that if you do enter a relationship with that person, that you know how each other thinks, and when the difficulty comes to the relationship, you both know what that is. You know that it's an opportunity for your love to increase exponentially for each other, and that will give more health to that relationship too. And when you're healthy, it's like you're 100%, and your partner is too, because like attracts like. Yeah. And so when you come together and enter a relationship, that relationship is an extension of both of your individual identities. Unhealthy people say things like, oh yeah, she's my other half. She completes me. I am nothing without her. See, that's incompleteness. That is dependency. That is not healthy. That is not love. That is addiction to a false idea or misconception of what love is. This is based on fear and control. And when you think like that, and people will do anything to be with somebody, they just don't want to be alone. So they'll accept anybody, and they'll do what they have to do to keep that person from leaving them. And that person who thinks like that is a victim. And they're going to attract an oppressor, because this is natural. That victims and oppressors naturally attract each other because both of them are dualistic. And they have low self-esteem, low self-worth. They need somebody to validate them. One needs to tell them what to do, and the other one likes to tell people what to do. That's not healthy. And one gives and the other one takes. That's all they do. And they also have emotional insecurity and inferiority complexes. The abusers, they need somebody to control and boss around because they feel a false sense of happiness by putting others down. And victims need somebody to validate their existence. This is all emotionally insecure. And these are inferiority complexes. They attract each other because they have the same thing. It's just that they work in different ways. And those people will say, that's my better half. We're 50-50. We make 100. That's not love. So for healthy people, they're already 100%. They're already maintaining themselves. They're doing the best job that they can. Remember, we're not perfect. We're not supposed to be perfect. That doesn't exist anywhere because that violates nature. If there's perfection, then where's the possibility to grow? Look at the world around you. Go into nature. Go into a park. You see trees. You see grass. You see flowers. They bloom and they blossom every spring and every fall. The leaves fall. It's constantly a cycle. It's because they're living. They're in process. If they were perfect, there would always be leaves. There would always be green grass. The flowers would never go. But that's not how nature is. The universe is not that way either. That does not exist because it violates natural law. So, it's not about being perfect. It's about doing the best that you can do in taking care of yourself. Some days you can do more. Some days you're a little bit less. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You just do the best that you can do. And so when you live this way, you have peace in your life. You're okay. But you will naturally attract somebody. So it's good to be healthy so that when you do attract somebody, you enter something nice with each other. And if that continues and both of you want the same thing, and both of you are physically attracted to each other, this could really lead to something beautiful, where you really learn. Because you're already learning from things in your life, and then since the relationship is an extension of both of your individual identities, that difficulties are going to come to the relationship too, but you're not scared of it. In your own life, you know that a difficulty, sure they hurt, sure they're painful, sometimes they make you mad, but then after you express the emotion and you start learning from it and making the most of it, peace starts coming in. You know this because you've done it in your past already. So the same thing is going to happen to your relationship. Sometimes there's going to be arguments, but you know that once the emotion is out without hurting anybody, including yourself or anything, that once you start looking at the situation together and making the most of it, it can really increase your relationship, the health, and your love increases exponentially for each other. The relationship is an extension of your identity. It's another dimension. You still maintain your individual identity, both of you. That's important. And you become a new creature in a way. You still have your individual identity, yeah? You both let each other do the things that you like to do before you knew each other. Maybe one of you likes to bowl. Maybe the other one likes to play golf. And so you have your circle of friends and you go out and do your thing and you're totally okay with it because you trust each other. Trust has to be there. You've earned it from each other. And then you come back and you, hey, how's it going? Maybe you have a dinner together and whatever. And next thing you know, you're smiling away, happy. So we are not designed to be alone because we have mouths. We're meant to talk. Because we have ears, we're meant to listen. Because we have eyes, we're meant to see others and learn from others. But anyway, with unhealthy relationships, since in their individual lives they don't face difficulties and they try to run from them, they hide from them, When a difficulty comes to an unhealthy relationship, they do the same thing. Or either they blame the other one for it. They don't take responsibility for themselves, so they don't take responsibility for the relationship either. In a healthy relationship, we are not designed to live alone. So if we're going to live with somebody, it would be most beneficial if it's healthy. And so you live a healthy life so that you attract somebody who's that way too. So the relationship reflects that as well, because remember, the relationship is a communication. And how you are, it's going to show in your communication. So when you're in a relationship with somebody and both of you are healthy, the relationship is going to reflect that too. Maintain your health, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. So that way, when that opportunity comes, you can recognize it. And that you talk with that person and maybe you try it and see. Maybe the glove fits. Maybe it looks good too. So when you do enter one, it's going to be more beneficial if you're healthy. Because then you'll attract somebody who's healthy. Because unhealthiness, you're going to attract unhealthiness. And you might not know it. If you have low self-esteem, you're going to attract somebody like that too. So you enter into a relationship with that person, then suddenly that person, maybe they're afraid of commitment, maybe they're afraid of messing things up, and so they subconsciously end up messing it up. And it's like, geez, no matter what you do, they find fault with it. They blame you for everything. And you try to do something good, and then they say, yeah, but then look at what this does over here, and blah, 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 blah. It's like there's no way you can win. But yet you want to be with that person because they're pretty. And you don't want to lose that person because of that. And that is low self-esteem. That is dependency. That is the way a victim is. And you don't want to lose that person because you're going to be alone. And you're afraid of that. It's okay to be afraid. But when we try to deal with it in a desperate way, that's when it leads to even more trouble. When you're afraid to be alone, when you enter a relationship because you're afraid to be alone, you just take the first person that comes to you, and as long as they're nice to you and you think, okay, that's all we need, and then you enter a relationship with that person just so you won't be alone, that's desperation. That means you're not really healthy. And that person you attracted is the same way. And that can lead to danger. We are going to attract somebody. It doesn't matter what we do. We are going to attract somebody. That's how nature is. Like attracts like. So if we want that to be a nice experience, then we should be healthy.
So, to sum things up, to attract a healthy relationship, first of all, you have to be in a healthy relationship with yourself. You do that by taking care of yourself physically and emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And when you do that, you are creating peace inside of yourself. You are creating intimacy. And now you have something. You have something to share with someone else. And when you do this in a healthy way, then what you have to share is healthy. So you learn to trust yourself, you honor yourself, be honest with yourself, love yourself, learn from your difficulties and make the best out of them, and that transforms them into blessings of knowledge and wisdom and peace. And just creates energy light all around you. And this is how you attract someone who has the similar kind of energy as you. Yeah, that you somehow find each other. But like I said, to accomplish that, it begins within you, that you have a healthy relationship with yourself first. In other words, be the relationship that you want to attract, that you want to be in. I invite you to come visit my website at wolakota7.com. You can see the address on the screen, and here you can learn about the books that I've written and also some of the services that I offer. For example, spiritual consultation and Lakota language lessons. And you can see the books that I wrote, and one of them, called Keya Mato Stonehearts, I wrote with my wife. And if you would like to order these books or order any of my services, you can see all the information on the screen. And for more questions, please write to me at the email address that you see at the bottom right of the screen. Thank you very much for listening to this video, and I really appreciate your support of this channel. Also, thank you for the comments that you leave. I read them all, and I really appreciate them. And if there's information here that can help you, then that's cool. And if not, then, well, that's okay too. And thank you very much for being a part of this community. I invite you to visit my other channel, which is called Lakota Language from the Heart. And I'm putting a link to it in the video description. So check out my new channel, which is exclusively about learning to speak the Lakota language from the heart. Everything is a circle. There is no end. So that's why we say until next time, which in Lakota is Doksha Ake.